my dear residents. I miss school days, especially during Christmas. I don't know how many of you are like me, but we have to keep growing and become big people in life. So we have to stop drinking milk and start eating meat. Let me apply this statement to our spiritual life as well. And for today's devotion, I wanted to talk about Bethlehem because some of the song says that it was a very small town. That means very insignificant. But why does it play a very prominent role in the Bible? Right? So Bible is God breathed and everything has significance in it. We may say it is small or big, but there is significance. So I wanted to explore about Bethlehem and I came across very interesting stuff and I got them written. So I will read them out to you to save my time. Save your time. Okay, so Bethlehem is a unremarkable little town that has played a very prominent role even before it became the birthplace of Jesus. It has been the subject of countless carols and nativity plays. This village that births her Redeemer has a very rich history of redemption. So Bethlehem is mentioned in Genesis 48 verse 7 by the name Ephraim, where Jacob's wife is Rachel dies giving birth to Benjamin. It's where Ruth met Boaz, who later married her and became a kinsman, a redeemer, picturing Jesus. When a son was born to Boaz, people there blessed her and compared her to Rachel, saying that her descendants will be great. Another most enduring hero, the man after God's own heart, King David, Ruth's descendant, was anointed by prophet Samuel at Bethlehem only. After the time of David, Bethlehem appeared insignificant. But its future fame was pointed out by Micah. It's written in chapter 5, verse 2. As for you, Bethlehem, too little to be among the clans of Judah, from you one will go forth for me to be ruler in Israel. His goings forth are from long ago, from the days of eternity, which remarks that Jesus, who was to be born as a babe, as a human babe in the world, does exist even before the world was created. So the prophecy gets fulfilled when Bethlehem becomes the birthplace of Jesus. The metaphysical meaning of Bethlehem is the house of bread and sustenance. Bread holds a great importance in Bible times. It was a staple food in the ancient times and it was used in temple worship. Bread played an important role in Jewish Passover celebrations. When God liberated his people from Egypt and took them en route to promised land, he fed them with manna, a bread-like substance, each day. And it fell from heaven, says Psalm 78 verse 24. And that tasted like honey, thus teaching them that he alone was the provider and sustainer. And in the New Testament, Jesus says in John 6:35, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. In Hebrew, the city's name is pronounced Bethlehem. Beth means house and Lehem means bread. Together making it house of bread. Jesus said at one point, I am the bread of life and I am the manna that came down from heaven. He later broke bread and gave it to his disciples saying, take, eat, this is my body. Matthew 26:26. Throughout the Bible, bread carries great literal and symbolic significance. In this small town, Gentiles were married into Jewish nation. Example, we have Boaz and Ruth getting married, where the Jewish king and the bread of life was born for the world to hunger no more. And that's something to chew for a while. We need to consider how this bread of life has come to redeem us, to sustain us, to fill us, to make us whole again, and not to leave us hungry or thirsty or desperate. He came to save us. He came to redeem us. And Bethlehem is symbolically a place where the redemption takes place in all our lives. Bethlehem is in us. So, but the condition today in the real place Bethlehem is very different. The town which was once known for bringing together the Jewish and the Gentiles together is now becoming a place of hardship and exodus for those who follow the Redeemer. Things don't end here because we believe in a God who restores. There's going to be a beginning from this seemingly end to Bethlehem. Isaiah 60 gives the promise. It says, all the flocks of cedar will be gathered together to you, and the rams of Naboth will minister to you. They will go up with acceptance on my altar, and I shall glorify my glorious house. So that is the future promise for Bethlehem too. God will restore all things, including Bethlehem. He has not forgotten what he has done in the house of bread. The bread of life came from Bethlehem, and his desire was to break bread together with his brothers. So all people, every knee that bows, every tongue that confesses that Jesus is Lord will be gathered in the house of God, where bread will be given and we will be filled. So Bethlehem has such great importance in itself. So every time we mention Bethlehem in our songs or in our plays or when reading a passage or whenever we think of Bethlehem, we have to remember that we are redeemed and God feeds us with His bread. He Himself is the bread and He feeds. He helps us eat Him, that we could partake in Him, be like Him, have the essence of Jesus in us. So Bethlehem as a place of redemption and provision has to be remembered by us. Jesus was born in Bethlehem to forecast the message that He is our Redeemer. He is our Jehovah Jireh. And He is the bread that will satisfy us. So let us acknowledge this truth and celebrate Christmas this year, knowing that God is a Redeemer and God is a provider. Thank you and God bless you.